10 countries have launched active investigations related to the released Epstein files. Norway, UK, France, Lithuania, Latvia, Sweden, Australia, North Macedonia, Turkey, and Poland. Where's the U.S.? Norway, former Prime Minister Jagland is being investigated for aggravated corruption over Epstein links. So this is him right here. And former Norway leader has actually been charged with corruption. Let's continue. The United Kingdom investigators are looking into Ambassador Peter Mandelson for potential misconduct in public office related to Epstein files and leaked information. Let's continue. France. Review of public figures, cultural elites, and correspondence in the files. Lithuania. Prosecutors are investigating Human trafficking after reports of Lithuanian models named in the files. Latvia. Criminal investigation into possible sexual exploitation of Latvian nationals. Australia pursuing probes linked to names connections in the files. Sweden. Pursuing ties to royal or elite mentions. France. Review of public figures, cultural elites, and correspondence in the files. Australia. Pursuing probes linked to names and connections in the files. Turkey. Prosecutors reviewing files over allegations of trafficking Turkish children. Poland. Investigations into trafficking of Polish GIRLS and links to broader networks. This right here is global. This right here is sickening. This right here is disgusting. And this right here has not one mention of the United States of America. We are right now looking like a bunch of fools, like we just let PDFers and the rich and powerful, or one of my followers don't call them elites, call them vampires. Well, the vampires are loose in the United States of America. And it says here, but in the United States, where the sitting president is mentioned thousands and thousands of times in the Epstein files. And it further goes on to say, nothing. The rich and powerful have nothing to fear, while Trump controls the Justice Department and the victims will see no justice. This is sickening. This is disgusting.
Ties to European figures in business, academia, government, and royalty. Epstein, who died of suicide in 2019 in a Manhattan jail cell while awaiting trial for sex trafficking, exploited his wealth and connections to cultivate relationships with prominent figures around the world over decades. Many connections continued even after his conviction in 2008 on prostitution charges involving an underage girl. Being named in the files is not evidence of criminal activity, however. Here are some high-profile Europeans whose ties to Epstein were revealed or detailed in the files, the latest batch of which was released on January 30th. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, younger brother of King Charles. has been forced to move out of his mansion on the royal estate in Windsor. In October, after a previous disclosure, King Charles stripped him of his title of prince, one of the most dramatic punishments of a royal in modern British history. Matt Merritt, 52. And Epstein, after he was found guilty in 2008 of soliciting prostitution from an underage girl. Her name appears hundreds of times, and in 2012, she called Epstein's sweetheart soft-hearted and very charming. Matt Merritt had denied knowing about Epstein's criminal past, but recently released emails show that she investigated him in 2011 and even wrote to him that it did not look too good. With a smiley face emoji. I must take responsibility for not having investigated Epstein's background more thoroughly. Matt Merritt said in a statement via the Royal Palace, I showed poor judgment and regret having had any contact with Epstein at all, Jack and Caroline Lang. The files reveal that former French culture minister Jack Lang, 86, maintained contact with Epstein over an extended period and requested favors, including the use of his car and private plane. In an email sent on April 7, 2017, long after Epstein's conviction, Lang thanked Epstein for a splendid time the previous day. Pressure rose on Friday on Lang to resign as president of the Arab World Institute after the French Foreign Ministry called him in. Lang's daughter Caroline, 64, has resigned as head of France's Independent Production Union. The released files show that the former Warner Bros. Executive partnered in 2016 with Epstein in a company called Piatani LLC. Both father and daughter deny any wrongdoing. Peter Mandelson. Britain's former ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson, is under police investigation for possible misconduct in public office, having resigned from the ruling Labour Party and the upper house of Parliament. Disclosed emails suggested a close friendship with Epstein that included leaking market-sensitive information to him when Mandelson was a government minister during the global financial crisis from 2008 onward. That revelation has in turn intensified pressure on Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who named him ambassador, not least from many in his own party. Starmer fired Mandelson in September when a previous batch of Epstein emails first showed the depth of their relationship. Mandelson has not commented publicly on allegations that he leaked information, and did not respond to messages seeking comment. Boerge Brend, the World Economic Forum, responsible for the annual Davos gathering, has launched an investigation into its CEO Boerge Brend's ties to Epstein. It said the U.S. disclosures showed Brend had had 3 business dinners with Epstein and exchanged emails and text messages with him. Brend, a former Norwegian foreign minister, said he had first met Epstein at a 2018 New York dinner and attended 2 more such gatherings with diplomats and business leaders in 2019. He said he had been unaware of Epstein's criminal history and regretted not investigating further. Brend remains WEF CEO, Ariane de Rothschild. The head of the family-owned Geneva-based finance company Edmond de Rothschild Group agreed to several meetings with Epstein in New York and Paris before his 2019 arrest. Emails show they do not contain any sign of criminal wrongdoing. Jordan and Iraq, Mona Jewel, was suspended after the files pointed to extensive contact with Epstein after his conviction. Jewel and Rode Larson helped set up the secret channel for contacts between the Palestine Liberation Organization and the Israeli government that led to the 1993 to 1995 Oslo Peace Accords. The files indicate that the couple and their children had visited Epstein's island. In a version of Epstein's will released in the U.S. files, the 2 children stood to inherit $5 million each from him. Miroslav Lajčák. Slovakian National Security Advisor Miroslav Lajčák resigned after the latest files showed the pair exchanged emails about young women. Lajčák said the correspondence dated back to 2018 when he was foreign minister.
What you have just heard are some European figures caught in a web of Epstein's ties. His ties and his chaos even go from Scandinavia to South Asia. in the United States of America has never been mentioned as of yet. I find this quite unbelievable. I have never heard, seen anything of this nature. This magnitude of evil and corruption is bewildering to me. And I don't care if you are the President of the United States of America. Just like the king said, Prince, you got to go. Trump got to go. This is pure racism. And it's evil. And it's hurtful. This should not be allowed for this man to keep running amok in a country that does not belong to him, a country that he did not make. Like we keep saying, he is not king. And nobody does nothing about it. This is sick. Ladies and gentlemen, this video represents nothing but demon behavior. R-wording children and eating the babe. Sick. So disgusting, I can't even say it on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. Cause I'm scared and I'm hurt. This is crazy. Like, share, comment, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. This is some demonic evil right here. I ain't never in my life